If you have any questions, concerns, comments, put them below. Let's talk about it. We're not here to...
Yeah, just talk about it. That's YouTube. Yapping and yapping without knowledge. That's YouTube. So people love to do on YouTube, and that's what I'm getting fucking sick of, is so many people on channels just yapping and yapping about things they haven't looked into. They know nothing about it, but they yap and yap and yap. On YouTube! On YouTube! A zombie channel. How stupid can she be? But that's the average person on YouTube. People want to choose garbage and shit. There's a lot of shit channels, let them take over. There won't be any good channels left on YouTube. So be it. People can go follow this fucking garbage. They can go support this shit like they're doing already.
You can't speak freely and move freely. You're a fucking prisoner. Don't you get that?
That's why he gets the viewers. That's what people love, Ren. They love the arrogance, grandiosity. They love being misled. They think that he's fantastic. Jeeps is over there as a moderator, and there's others over there that are just completely deceived, or they're spiritually aligned with that.
A common theme that goes on here is I come here, oddly enough, to run my mouth and do stream.
Well, this is what people are going to be left with. That's a good point, because this is what people are going to be left with. Not just the panel channels, but all the shit channels run by demons, because people are not supporting real truth channels. Then they go away. Whether YouTube takes them down or people just say, well, I'm not going to talk into the wind, not be heard. If you're not reaching people, what's the point? People want to choose garbage and shit. There's a lot of shit channels, let them take over. There won't be any good channels left on YouTube. So be it. People can go follow this fucking garbage. They can go support this shit like they're doing already. Showed on Talcott show that people have given them $3,600 in the past month to a month and a half. People give money to be lied to by trash, by grifters and scammers, egotistical narcs. This is what people want. Whether people want to argue on my channel, this is what people want, what I'm showing here. That's what they want. They want garbage. They want egotistical narcs like the creature on the screen, and they want to pay for it. They want to pay to be misled. That's what they want. That's what they want in this realm. It's not just Polly. It's not just Talcott. Look at YouTube. Look at all the ones that have their hands out for money. It's every fucking channel. This one, that one, the other one. Archaic's channel, Forever Con Man channel. Everywhere you look. Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, join the membership club. I've shown it a million times. I don't know how anyone on my channel could ever forget, because I've shown these channels with their hands out. This is what they do. They don't have jobs. They don't make a living doing anything. They don't do anything other than this. This is what they do, and it works because YouTube's full of fucking idiots, just like the realm. YouTube's no different than the zombies out there outside of YouTube. It's the same thing. At a certain point, people have to step back and say, what am I wasting my time on? This is what people want. Starting to hear the message loud and clear. So be it. They can watch garbage. They can pay for garbage. Pay to get programmed.
Already or an expert? Not really. Do I call myself the god of all media as a tongue-in-cheek, triggering, marketing, promoting kind of presentment? Yes. But ultimately, yeah.
Well, why do you think that is, Jackie? Why do you think that he's bashing you? You don't have to say anything bad about him. He's a narcissist. He doesn't give a shit about anyone. Just himself. He has a little cult following over there. But this is what people want to follow on YouTube. They want to follow garbage. They want to pay to be brainwashed. These people think they're not coming back. Here's where they're headed. They are coming back. And I don't think they're just getting recycled. A lot of these creatures are demons. And you know what? I'll go this far. I don't care if I'm believed or not here. Too bad. I know there's a lot of dumb people on YouTube, and few people will ever understand. That's the way it is. People are so easily duped by liars and scammers and frauds, and it shows by what they follow on here. So be it. People want to follow these creatures. They've been warned, told, shown. I provided evidence. I've done everything to show people.
When I come here, I want to speak. I want to get into the docket and do my
Go
broadcast.
fill this creature's pockets. The ones that want to support evil, go fill his pockets. I'm not stopping you. Go watch this channel and fill his pockets. Go over there like Jeeps, one of his moderators.
Yeah.
He just talks and talks and talks. Again, this isn't obvious enough, people. That's what's frustrating for me. I don't want to have to spend the next 10 years talking about this stuff. I don't want to. I don't want to slow down my mind to a snail's pace. I just don't want to do it. I don't want to. I've given this almost 2 years of my life on YouTube, and people just don't understand for the most part. They don't get it. Or they'll pretend to get it on my channel, and then a day from now or a week from now or 2 weeks from now, they'll be right back in the cult of Polly Unslaved or Talcott or Flow State or, Janice Jeff or whatever one. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which channel they go to. They'll be back, Team Evil, following along.
Dave and a whole bunch of other folks who are poor and broke, angry, have little to nothing to offer and nobody to do it with. Okay, so please don't take it personal. If you folks come here, I enjoy the fact that folks come here to watch and listen or be part of until I want to move on or change up the energy. And then folks want to fight me to go, hey, let's destroy the broadcast together. Let's just really take it to levels of low living that have never been seen before. And I go,
Low living, he's a heroin addict or former junkie, never done anything in his life at all. He calls this a broadcast. It's a fucking YouTube channel. Broadcast. Like he's a broadcaster. Like he's Howard Stern, or that's the way Stern used to talk about himself. That's where he got a lot of his shit. He just copied from others. He's just a fucking copycat. copycat.
But it's like, hey, I'm doing a broadcast. Try to understand. Coherent.
Value, broadcast, buzzwords, and catchphrases. That's all he has. That's all he has. He's saying, Jeeps was saying to get away from the zombies. You're on a fucking zombie channel and you're a mod for a zombie channel. How stupid can she be? But that's the average person on YouTube.
Welcome to Open Your Reality, ladies and gentlemen. I have a very distinguished guest with me today. I have professional thinker, former co-host of the show.
Professional thinker. That's quite a title for this little guy over here.
Ken, welcome to the show, Ken.
Hey, Chad. First time on the show. Nice to be here. Looking forward to
He's a
it.
former co-host. He's lying right off the bat, saying first time on the show.
Yeah.
He's joking about the memory wipe, mocking it right away. In the first 30 seconds, he's saying, must have got my memory wipe. He said it repeatedly. Mockery of the topic is how they begin, talking about the soul trap. They're mocking it right off the bat. No, it works on most people. Most people want to watch this kind of shit. 1,000 views in 8 hours, 151,000 subscribers. Most people can't see through the deceivers that mock the topics, and they mock people that seek truth and think. They mock you.
Would say that
So this little guy on the left is trying to give his opinions on a topic that he really hasn't studied and doesn't know about, but he's more than willing to give his opinions on the show. By the way, the guy on the right, the guy in the hat, I invited on here by email. Emailed him days ago, no response. He was invited to come on my show, no response. Is anyone here surprised?
all of the
This guy's never studied the topic. They'll talk about it, but they've never looked into it. He's going through cognitive dissonance similar to religious people when you oppose their religious beliefs.
Our own reality. We're making our own bubble.
Oh yeah, we're making our own bubbles. We should entertain that possibility. This guy thinks he's so bright, like nobody's come up with that. Well, are children with leukemia creating their own bubble, their own life, their own reality? What about all the millions of children that are child abused by their parents? What about them? Do you think they're creating that reality? Look at his eyes. They don't like facing truth. They don't even like looking at it. They'll just go right back to the new age shit. We're just creating our own bubbles. They want to blame the victims again.
And that's kind of the
Tell it to the children that are abused every day that they created that reality. Tell it to the children with cancer. To the children that are born with deformities and genetic disorders. You're fucked up. You haven't thought this through and you haven't looked at channels like mine. You want to talk about the topic. You want to call it a soul trap, but you don't do any looking into it. You just talk about it and people follow this shit. And you know what it's like? It's like people following somebody talking about car mechanics and they haven't fucking studied how to fix cars, but they'll yap about it and then people follow them and listen to them. Oh, okay, well, he's got theories on this. And they don't know how to change a fucking alternator or change a rad or change a battery or change the fucking oil in a car. They don't know anything. And that's what these two are. Show me the ones that are suffering the most, that are innocent in this realm, and prove to me that they created that reality for themselves. Because I think you two are fucked up. You're following new age bullshit.
of her name. Oh,
Cynthia Larson, I think I debunked her about 2 years ago in a video.
it's a duality of life, and I think that is
Well,
ultimately
that really explains it. It's a duality of life. That says nothing. It doesn't have to be this way. You have a lack of imagination. You can't imagine it being something better than this.
what we are here to do and experience. There's so
I've heard this shit repeated by zombies so many times.
so many directions you can go with that.
but you see, my thing, Ken, is that if this is supposed to be Matrix and a hell realm and a suffering world, why is there so much beauty in it? I mean, there is.
Obviously, there's so much beauty. There's a little bit where you live, but there's not everywhere else that you go. There's just enough to convince dummies like you that, oh, there's beauty. It can't be a hell realm. Again, I explain this to my videos.
There's so much beauty and so much pleasure that a human can have.
No, there isn't that much compared to the suffering. You just haven't lived a life of suffering. You think that not making the amount of money you want is suffering. Chad, you haven't suffered in life. Maybe you will your next lifetime.
There's the pleasures of sex, there's the pleasures of food, pleasures of travel, pleasures of nature,
That all gets you addicted to this place and anchored to this realm.
Love,
pleasures of watching Open Your Reality
That keeps you here, dummy.
with Ken and
love,
Chad.
joy.
That's not a pleasure to watch you two. This isn't a pleasure. This is suffering.
But eventually, you just love it. You're so joyous. It's like
Both egotistical fools.
holding your baby for the first time. No, in all seriousness, you're right. There's a lot of beauty in this world, and I think that
I think nobody's addressed it. Well, I've addressed it many times on my channel. These two are keeping people away from the truth.
I'm not here to paint any.
Can't fix the realm that's designed this way. Making every day a little bit better is nothing. This whole video, 30 minutes of these two, they've said nothing. Nothing meaningful.
Color on whatever you're doing. I hope that you find what you're looking for in each and every one of us. If you want to go
Empty
down
platitudes.
the suffering realm, you're free to do it. But I do
Listen to them if you want to go down the suffering realm. No, people want to face the reality of where they are. They want to face the tougher truth rather than the feel-good lies.
to paint any. We definitely should be in control of our own emotions and have our own sovereignty. If somebody else makes you upset, you're not sovereign. Nobody's.
You're not in control of your emotions. Just the topic itself upsets you, Kenny boy. I could tell by your body language. You don't like facing the possibility that someone could be speaking the truth.
Perfect, but in the end, that's what it is.
Well, there are people, not a lot, small percentage of the population that lead amazing lives. They have a lot of money, they have the perfect mate, they have great friends.
And what about their next lifetime? Your thinking too small. Yeah, maybe they lead a great life this lifetime. Are they guaranteed that their next lifetime? No.
They eat great food, they travel, and this world.
Small, they're not big thinkers. That's why people love channels like that. Keep it simple, keep the view small, keep it dumb.
Suffer as well, but they have
Everybody suffers, but
Well, that's one of the first few things you said here that makes sense. Everybody suffers. To varying degrees, yes. Yes, and yet you'll still say this isn't a suffering realm. After you just said everybody suffers. You two are too childlike. You're like afraid of monsters. You don't want to face the truth. You want to hide under the covers or hide under your bed.
But I'm saying
You're
largely
too scared.
they're having a pretty good time. However, it all changes, right? Because that's what the Buddha and Buddhism actually talks about, this kind of being a suffering world too. That's what the Buddha said. He says everyone suffers.
at the end of suffering.
Right. But there's a way out of the suffering.
You keep saying trap, trap, trap forever because you want to poison the well. You want to make people afraid to look into this topic.
I think we just need to make the best of it. It's like Tom Campbell says, it's not what happens
Now
to
he'll
you.
quote Tom Campbell, his hero, his idol.
Also, I don't know if it even helps to believe we're in a soul trap, because then you end up raising your cortisol levels and looking at your whole experience here as something negative.
It's not raising our cortisol levels. We're facing the truth and devising plans.
It doesn't help
We're not scared like you two.
experience it. You're 100% correct. And
Listen to this. Listen to this. They both agree.
one thing I want to shout out another
Two cowards.
channel, Forever Conscious, Mark.
Now he's going to shout out a shill channel, Forever Con Man. He's from there. They're connected. This little guy's connected with Forever Con Man. For the people that haven't heard me do this 1,000 times, Forever Con Man.
Are you gonna talk about me again with my nasally voice and my tiny hat, my big nose and my nasally voice, my love for shekels? I'm Forever Con Man Research.
But I don't trust either of you two or Forever Con Man. Obviously, he pushes a lot of stuff that doesn't add up. And he takes a lot of money by doing it. He's grifting all the time. Handout for shekels. These creatures are making thousands of dollars a month off selling you lies. What a simple level that he's viewing this at. He's done no research, but he's quite willing to talk about it on YouTube, on a public platform, in videos that will reach thousands of people when he's ignorant of the topic. But this is what they do. Sometimes it's hard. I wish I could grab people by the shoulders and say, listen, start thinking, start realizing what runs these other fucking channels. And I prove it time and time again. A lot of people here don't want to look at the truth in this realm, including a lot of my channel. Quite a few come here and they don't want to face things. A lot of them will say, oh, Stephen, why are you talking about these guys? Let them run their channel. Or I've heard that before, different excuses. Or you think they're all fake on these other channels. I can invite them all here, email after email. I can tag them, my community post on YouTube. I can try to bring them here, but they seem pretty afraid to come on here. Not just those two. Lots more. Tony Sayers, Eric Dubay, Mark Devlin, Jason Braziers from Archaics.
I asked Howdy, like you said, no one really knows. So
they'll go back to this stupidity. No one really knows. Well, anybody could say that about any topic you two have had on your shows. But I notice you only do that with this topic that nobody truly knows. But anybody could say that about anything you say on your show that nobody truly knows.
unless you know for absolute sure, then just keep an open mind. Like Tom says, Tom Campbell, be an open-minded skeptic. And
Quoting his
from my
hero
part,
again, Tom Campbell. The robot man, Tom Campbell. Campbell.
I'm just going to continue.
Don't be a
reading
typical skeptic. There's only one of those.
Okay, typical.
That was Rob. That's for Rob. Don't be a typical
Oh, yeah.
skeptic. Only Rob can be a typical skeptic. What's up, Rob? You're watching
That's
this.
stupid. That's not funny. Dumb. You sound like a munchkin trying to
said-
great conversation by two people that are ignorant and just guessing at the topic, and they have opinions, but they don't have knowledge. They have opinions, but they don't have knowledge. They talk about things without doing the work, doing the hours of work.
We had a good discussion. People enjoy it. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, put them below. Let's talk about it. We're not here to.
Yeah, just talk about it. That's YouTube. Yapping and yapping without knowledge. That's YouTube. So people love to do on YouTube, and that's what I'm getting fucking sick of, is so many people on channels just yapping and yapping about things they haven't looked into. They know nothing about it, but they yap and yap and yap. On YouTube. On YouTube. He's Tom Campbell. It's like a robot.
Once you get that basic concept, we are consciousness. We are playing a character, just like you would play an elf in World of Warcraft. You're playing a character. That character is your physical body. That's the avatar, your consciousness. Now, from that avatar's viewpoint, the player is non-physical. And
Yeah,
the
I see.
computer,
I see.
and the
Just
computer,
like a video game. Right.
and the computer is non-physical. It is a video game, right? It's a virtual reality, a video game. So you're the consciousness. You are non-physical relative to the viewpoint inside of the virtual reality, which is your body. So your consciousness is a non-physical thing, but it's really who you are.
Yeah, this guy's selling some shirts at his store, Theories of Everything. $50 for a long sleeve t-shirt, or it looks like that. Sweatshirt, t-shirt, I don't know. Garbage. They're always selling you something. People don't mind though. They buy it up.
That consciousness is the player. That consciousness is making all the choices for that avatar. If the consciousness doesn't give that avatar, doesn't make any choices, the avatar just sits there. I mean, think of your elf that you're playing. If you don't, hit a key or move a mouse, you don't give it any instructions, it just sits there and wobbles, doesn't do anything. Well, so all the choices, all the memory, all the thoughts, all the all the processing goes on in consciousness, not in the brain. There really is no brain. The brain is not even rendered unless somebody opens a skull and has to look at it. It's just a virtual reality.
Right.
So see yourself as consciousness, and you make all the decisions, you're making all the choices, and you are not in that virtual reality. So you are an NPMR. You're non-physical to that physical matter reality. It's just a virtual reality, just like World of Warcraft. It's a game. It's an entity reduction trainer.
What happens when there's brain damage, which seems to occur in physical matter reality?
Right. Exactly. When there's brain damage, what happens is, remember, this virtual reality evolved according to a rule set, right? It's an evolved thing. All right. So the way the stuff is in that virtual reality is because of the rule set. If the rule set says that we can't flap our arms and
Yeah, sure, he has an interesting channel. He's got a great big channel with 366,000 subscribers, and he gets guests like this shill Tom Campbell. He's got a propaganda channel. That's what he has, okay? I'm not here to convince you. You can follow whatever you want. I could tell people that they're eating out of a trash can, and most people would say they're not eating trash. It's the way it is in this realm. How do you think he got 366,000 subscribers? Lots of viewpoints. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they'll give you lots of viewpoints, but they won't give you the truth. That's all that matters.
How you doing, ladies?
We're doing good.
With my hair lit. First question.
Yeah, mine.
How long should a quickie last?
Oh god. Oh god. Maybe like I don't know, like 15 to 20. Yeah. 15. What's
Oh.
a quickie for you?
20 seconds?
No. Okay.
A quickie is like 2 to 3 minutes, if we're being honest.
What? Okay, maybe like 10.
Yeah, that's a long game.
10 minutes? At least 10 minutes. Yeah, that's a solid choice. Yeah.
How many times should a woman finish in one session?
At least once. Right? At least once. At the least. The max, probably 3.
Yeah, you don't want to come too many times.
Who the fuck are you fucking?
When was the last time you got laid?
Like 3 nights ago.
You're still thinking about it, huh?
No, it was kind of bad.
Why was it bad?
It was. He just wasn't good. He was a little too cocky.
He was like this?
Exactly, yeah. What's the question?
When was the last time you got laid?
Like 2 nights ago?
You had to one up her, huh? We get it. We get it. Okay.
She has a boyfriend. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
I took that personally. You had to defend my.
2 months ago? 3, 2, 2.
You're saving it for your birthday night.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously. Hit a girl up.
What's your favorite foreplay?
Oh my god. No comment. All of the above.
How many guys out of 10 are munches? What do you think a guy thinks about while he's going down on you?
They either really like it or they're just doing it to please the girl.
Well, what goes through your head when you're giving sloppy toppy?
Either this is really fucking good or really bad.
What makes it good?
They just have a special touch. I don't know. What makes it good? What makes what good? Head. I don't know.
No, I said what goes through your head when you're giving sloppy toppy?
Oh. When I'm giving or get it?
Giving for this one.
When is this going to be over? When what? Actually, wait, what did you say? Listen,
Don't you ever
I'll
think like I'm such a lucky girl?
Depends on when.
Okay, I'll take it. You never think like so many generations of people died so I could be here doing this right now.
What?
Like it's a privilege.
I wouldn't go as far as a privilege. Isn't that like just life? Yeah. That's just life, I guess.
Finals and stuff.
Finals?
We're gonna skip it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't understand.
Thumb in or thumb out?
Out. What?
I wish I would have forgotten to ask your name now. Like really, I really meant that. Thumb in or thumb out?
Well, that's
Hello, everyone. Hello. Not very many people here. Maybe they're watching some shit channels. Maybe that's where they are. I'm not sure. Or who knows? Maybe they're busy. At any rate, on with the show.
And now, from beyond our dimension, this is the Jeff Mara Podcast. Here's Jeff.
My guest is Matthew James Bailey, internationally recognized pioneer in ethical artificial intelligence. He has advised governments, worked with Fortune.
He's advised governments, he's worked with AI, and he's saying source transmission reveals reincarnation is not a trap. And of course, Jeff is promoting this guy on his show as a guest. Matthew James Bailey, a visionary leader. Look at this. Wow. Reincarnation is, quote, not a trap. In all caps, look at this. Are they going to try to fuck with you and mislead you? Yes. Will most people follow this stuff? Yeah, they will. They already are. No matter what work I put into showing people the truth, they don't want the truth. So be it. Message received by me.
500 technology companies and engaged with iconic figures like Professor Stephen Hawking and Steve Wozniak. He has been a guest lecturer at Cambridge University and coached over 100 startups.
Wozniak is a high degree, 33rd degree or higher Freemason. They do people so easily on YouTube. On YouTube, most of the, quote, truthers are fools on YouTube. Okay, so the title is Source Transmission Reveals Reincarnation is, quote, not a trap. More programming. That's what this is.
And he returns today to be with us. Matthew, welcome back. It's great to see you again.
Thanks, Jeff. It's great to be here.
You know,
Thanks for the opportunity today. I'm looking forward to it.
You know, Matt, you have a very impressive bio, and I didn't even read it all. But I think that most people don't realize is that underneath all this, you are a very spiritual man.
It's a great bio, but does that mean he's giving you truth? Or could he possibly be misleading you back to hell? It's something that you should contemplate and ponder. I no longer believe that most people on YouTube or in this realm ponder any truth that's given to them. I think most in this realm follow liars, prefer to follow liars, and if anything, running a YouTube channel for almost 2 years has shown me that more clearly than I even knew 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Most in this realm, that's what they want. That's what they're interested in. And they'll complain about they'll sometimes complain about this realm, but if given the choice between watching something that's important, meaningful, true, and feasting on garbage and trash, watching liars and scammers and fake life coaches and all that shit, and feeding the money, giving the money to be duped, that's what most do. So have at it. So be it. So be it. That's why there's so few real truth channels on YouTube, because most of you pay to be lied to, and you love it.
And I would like to learn about your spiritual journey today.
Thanks, Jeff. This is the I'm gradually going public with the
3 people tuned in, hundreds tuned in to the shit channels on YouTube. That's the way it goes, and that's why I'm doing this. Hello, Crystal. Good to see you. And I will be taking a long break, a hiatus, and I might just shut this down, because sometimes when I get strong messages from people, you don't want to support something like my channel, then I'll leave people links or tell them the names of shit channels. There's plenty for people to follow. If you want something to do, you can watch the garbage. The garbage is taken over YouTube, and that's what people prefer. They prefer the shit channels. They prefer liars and scammers. That's what they want. They want garbage, and they're going to get garbage. They want liars, they're going to get more liars. They want slavery, they're going to get more slavery. This guy again, source transmission reveals reincarnation is not a soul trap is the title of this video, this interview here with this guy. They are going to warp people's minds. They're going to say the opposite of my message, and people are going to fall for it, because that's how stupid and bull most are in this realm. And I can't help them. That's on them. I've tried, but it's like trying to get through a brick wall. Most people prefer liars, scammers, evil. They prefer that.
spiritual journey that I've been on as a mystic, and basically loving the world and encouraging the world that we have these metaphysical capabilities, and that to encourage people to explore these metaphysical capabilities that we have as vibrational human beings. And so there's episodes coming out on Gaia TV where I'm talking more about this spiritual journey.
Gaia TV is completely controlled, just like all television is, whether it's Gaia TV or the History Channel or whatever.
Metaphysical gifts that we're developing as a human species. And so, it's great to be here, to be able to be vulnerable and share the spiritual journey. And there's a lot in there, so I don't want to overwhelm people. The main one is he was just remarkable. He was just saying, I love you. You're fully accepted. We are one. You are free. We are lovers.
We are one. Look at this.
It was just this depth of just union with love itself. And the joy that I felt from this experience, Jeff, was just...
Look at his eyes. You got love bombed. Look at his eyes here. It's got the Sanpaku eyes. You got love bombed. You got duped.
Was just...
Look at his eyes.
Off the chart. It was like I was just off the charts. It was like I was so ecstatic. And so...
ecstasy, euphoria, love bomb.
I was in this experience with Christ, and it wasn't just a physical, it was a metaphysical experience.
This guy looked like he was having an orgasm, a godgasm. He was having a godgasm.
It enlightened me. Really.
This isn't a planet. You feel like you're enlightened. You don't even know what this place is. You don't have a clue about where you are. Not a clue.
Sounds free. You kind of...
I think the guy on the screen in the video probably has a boyfriend. Okay, so the title is Source Transmission Reveals Reincarnation is, quote, not a trap, more programming. That's what this is. Gonna shift gears here to something else. Just a second, everyone.